Hey everybody, this is Tim Temple, and I'm broadcasting from Black Rabbit, Nashville this morning. What I thought I would do is, and I've never done this before in a flash sale, I'm going to walk you guys through the new XOSkeleton Superlative. And this is a remarkable watch at $229. And I'm going to start by talking a bit about the price because this isn't something that myself and Mike came up with. XOSkeleton came to us with this, and they said, we're going to do this for, the 3-day thing. It's an unbelievable deal. In fact, it's the single best deal on Superlative I've ever personally seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you in no particular order through all 9 options, and I'll walk you through the packaging. And hopefully you'll get a little bit better of an idea. Now I'm going to do some background on this to start, if that's okay. Some of you guys don't know the Superlative necessarily. The Superlative became famous over the years because of its very complex build in in what they term the O-ring. And what you've got is a space here between the traditional bezel and then your outer ring. And then in this particular model, and it would vary over the generations, we're looking now at what they call Gen X, by the way, the new one, they suspend the gemstones, which in this case are created topaz. Now the dials on these are all mother of pearl, and it has what appears to be diamond markers, but I don't think they are. I think they're white topaz. I've never been told otherwise, but still they're absolutely stunning, as you can see. Now the back of the watch is hand set. It is screwed in. This is the first time a Superlative has ever been seen on genuine leather, and each leather strap will be color coordinated to the top. So I'm going to walk you through all 9 of the options, and as you can see, this is a very complex build. Now, not all of them will have the two-tone. This one does, so it's layered in 18 karat gold selectively. These are all hand assembled. They are all 42 millimeter. Now, this one has I would call it more of an, almost a Caribbean blue, if you know that term, as far as the topaz is concerned. And look at the light play and the scintillation on this. Now, keep in mind, in the flash, you can get this for just $229. And by the way, I'm going to walk you guys through the packaging in a second here. I've seen watches that go for multiples of this. They don't have packaging that remotely compares. And frankly, neither would this, except what XOSkeleton did, because I'm so familiar with the brand, at one point XOSkeleton, actually one of their additional companies, was working on a high-end automaton. And they built these boxes for the automaton, which is yet to be built, so they decided to upgrade you guys into quite the packaging. But we'll get to that. Okay, so this one is the two-tone with the Caribbean blue. And again, just watch the scintillation. There's no special lighting on this, by the way. I just turned on some lights. I'm not running any filters of any kind, and just look at the light play. All right, so there's your two-tone. I didn't mean to spend an overabundance of time on that. This one's the green. This has actually been one of the more popular ones so far. It's a very rich Kelly green, a dark grass green. Again, watch the mother of pearl react, and look at the light play in the gemstones. Now, at 42 millimeter, everybody can wear this. Everyone can wear it. And for you guys, I got to have a 50 millimeter. Okay, I'll give you that. But if you've got anyone on your holiday list that wears the 42, these are absolutely steals. They're all quartz, by the way. You'll notice they've got the spacers in on the crown. The crown is situated underneath the suspended O-ring. So that's why you're not seeing any motion in the second hand at the moment. Look at the light play in these stones. In person, here's the irony. I'm not even doing it just as I try to move it here. These are astonishingly beautiful in person. I urge you to get any one of these home and see, well, what I'm talking about. They're amazing. All right, so that's the green one. Back to blue. This one is it's one of 2 models layered entirely in 18 karat gold. It's the only one layered entirely in 18 karat yellow gold. The other option will be rose gold, and I'll bring that out in a second. This one, again, coming more of the Caribbean blue as far as the topazes are concerned, and you can see how that plays with the 18 karat gold layering against the mother of pearl. Notice the mirror, by the way, they do on their outer track around the dial. And there's micro writing. I don't know if you can make it out in this shot, but the micro writing on this is true of all of them, is just beautiful. And it affects exoskeleton repeatedly and perfectly. It's not like you get a half word or something like that. The detail that these watches do, it's extraordinary. It really is. The more you learn about them, the more you'll see why I'm a fan. There's two that have pink. This is the pink with the white. There's also a pink with a pink mother of pearl, which I'll bring up in a second. This is done all in the natural color of 316L steel. By the way, these are all surgical grade steel, if I haven't mentioned that. And the pink created topaz. Again, watch the light play. Now, the reason that you look for the light play in this is due to the suspension in the stones. If you look at this from the back, you can also see that the stones are suspended so that they get the maximum amount of light play. So it's a huge amount of fire and what the scientists like to call scintillation that goes on in these stones. I don't know of any other watch that uses this suspension system. Just beautiful work. All right, so that's the pink with the white. Let's see. This, you know what? I'll bring out the other pink. This is the pink with the pink. And the sole difference here is that this has gone to a pink mother of pearl instead of the white. You can see this actually reacts huge to the light, not only in the mother of pearl, but again, look at the scintillation, look at the fire in the stones. This is genuinely amazing work, guys. You really need to snap one of these up. Okay, so those are the two pinks. This is the red. It's the only one with red. All natural color 316L steel. The red in the topaz is a genuine ruby red. If you're red, this is the one you want, without a doubt. Brilliant, heavy scintillation, very rich, deep, powerful red in the stones. All these stones, by the way, are perfect. There's no inclusions of any kind in them. White mother of pearl, white topaz in the markers. Just stunning work, absolutely stunning. Okay, this is the only other one. This is called the chocolate. This is the one that's layered entirely in the 18 karat rose, which is a very warm rose. There's no pink going on here at all. This is a very rich, warm rose. Look at the light play in that mother of pearl, all grade A mother of pearl, by the way. And this is one of two options that has the fire orange. If you know what fire opal is, it's a similar color to that. I'm not saying these are fire opal. This is a created topaz, but it has that orange if you know the fire opal. And you can see again how that suspension plays. These are jaw-dropping watches. I'm telling, seriously, in person, you will not believe how much watch you got for $229. And again, neither Mike nor I had a thing to do with that. XOSkeleton came to us. We want to do a flash. We want to get aggressive. And it's, by the way, it's limited not only in the time. They limited the quantity. So there's a limit to how generous they were. They put a specific, we'll do this for X quantity. This is another one that's proven to be very quietly one of the best sellers. This is the only one that's done in, it's hard to describe, almost an aubergine in the layering. If you can't picture the aubergine, it's sort of a variance on a charcoal, but this is that other fire orange topaz. And again, watch the light play in the stones on this. And there's no filters on this. I'm doing this with my phone. I mean, this is no filters. It just is what it is. Look at the play again on the mother of pearl. There you can see there's they put the spacer in for the to preserve battery life. Handset back. And there's the light play. This is no filter, guys. This is what this does always. You should be adding this to the collection, if not for yourself. Seriously, this will be gone now. As I'm recording this, this is going to go away, the offer, in about another 48 hours. And the regular price, I should talk about this, is $349, which is still a hell of a deal against a retail of $1,000, basically $995. But at $229, seriously. If you guys knew me when I was doing television, I would tell you it's a must-own. You are looking at one of those right now. Okay, that's 8, and I've got, last but not least, this is the most rock and roll of the bunch. This is a deep, beautiful purple. Think of it as like almost like a Concord grape jelly. lit by the sun or something like that. It's very, very rich. It's the only one that has black mother of pearl, and if you know black mother of pearl, you know that you'll actually get the full rainbow effect in there. And there again, the scintillation of the stones. And if anything, this is underplaying the fire that's in these suspended topaz. I'm not using any filters of any kind on this. It's just with my phone. It is what it is. And there's the purple with black. It's the very dark. I'd call it a not a literal black, but it's like a charcoal black in the PVD layering. Absolutely stunning watch. Okay, so that's all 9 of them, and I'm going to wrap up very quickly here by showing you guys the packaging. Now, the packaging, as I told you earlier, was actually designed to go with a very high-end automaton. So for them to include this, which they didn't have to do, is a pretty big deal. You'll get, of course, again, this is only $229 for all this. You get the card, you're going to get the polishing cloth, huge upgrade for your overall documentation, by the way. And this is the box. And you and I have both seen watches going for many multiples of this that don't have this. George asked, where's Abby? Abby's about 3 hours east of here at the moment, actually. I wasn't able to get her this morning, but I am actually, that you mentioned that if she'll do it, I am going to try to get Abby to do a video about this before it expires. But that's where Abby is at the moment. So this is where the box looks like closed, to give you a little bit of a kind of a ratio. You'd have that kind of presentation. So this is, it's spectacular. So hopefully this helps you guys out with the Superlative Star. If you have any additional questions, I'm happy to answer them. You can reach me at info at talkaboutwatches.com. But this watch, even without this packaging, by the way, lists for $995, and it's available at $229 during the Talk About Watches Flash. So that's what's going on. Hit me up with your questions, and we'll see you guys again soon. Thank you for watching.